stoked, you know, to ride out of it. It was definitely, heart was in my mouth. We made so many changes coming into this jump, and yeah, the fog came in. There was everything that was telling me not to do it, so I'm just stoked that I'm walking and talking. Yeah, exactly. Like when I did my speed runs, I actually fogged up on the inside of my glasses. So, you know, right before I went, I was all fogged up, and I had my mechanic Alex to wipe the mist out of them, and then the guys give us the 10 seconds to go. So I put them back on. I could barely see. I was like, this is how it is. We're going half blind. But you know, I'm just excited that we got across this, and we learned a lot. You know.
Happy New Year, Australia.
Happy New Year's, Oz.
How did this one sit with you, Aim, compared to some of the others in the past? How's the build-up been over the last sort of 24 to 48 hours?
Pretty relaxed. We just had a chill-out day today, and I was pretty confident coming into this one. Like when he did the arc, I was pretty much like telling him, let's move back to Australia, you don't have to do it. This one, I'm like, be the rider, you've got this. So pretty confident that he's going to make it.
Yeah, it's hard to slow it down, you know, in the lead up to it and coming in on the approach. Once you're in the air, it all slows down for sure, and you remember. But you know, once they gave me the nod that I could take off whenever I wanted to, it just it's like you needed 3 seconds. You know, it's you want to hit the pause button there for a minute. But yeah, it's mixed emotions in the lead up when it's drawing closer, and then when they told me it's like 10 seconds to go, there's no time to think. It's just like, all right, let's just go, and it's kind of just all in subconscious from that point on.
Were you conscious of Levi being alongside you?
Yeah, when I buzzed past Levi's platform, I saw him take off. I heard the noise of his sled open up, and it was a cool experience. You know, first time obviously we jumped together, and I could feel him there. I saw him, you know, as I took off, I saw him, you know, launching towards me. And right when I got to the ramp, I felt my bike kind of hit its peak and kind of like it hit a wall, and I was like, oh, that's all the speed I got. And I didn't know that he was getting close, but I was waiting for him actually to overtake me. But you know, touchdown speed on the other end, and we can take each other out. It's Happy New Year.
Whereas the fog was an issue for a little bit, and when we first got here, you know, you couldn't see from the roll in to the ramp, and then right before it like cleared off a little bit, and you could see all the way to the ramp, which, you know, is over 1,000 feet, and I'm like, oh, we only got a 300-foot gap to jump over 1,000 feet. I can see everything, so we're good to go. So, I mean, fortunately, we didn't have any issue with that, and I mean, it worked out great. We were able to get an even bigger jump than we had hoped.
Okay, it looked like Matto was farther ahead of you on the ramp. Is that just the way it worked out?
Yeah, we planned to have him just ahead of me, and so we'd be flying through the air kind of, I'd be trailing him a little bit, and mainly, I mean, there's multiple things. One, so we weren't blocking each other's shot, and two, just so if for some reason we were starting to drift towards each other, there was a little bit of separation, so we weren't running into each other. And, you know, apparently I was catching him in the air. I wish I was able to spectate, but I was just focusing on making it over here. So, I mean, fortunately everything worked out. And I mean, the best feeling was after I slid into that wall and was climbing out from under my sled. I saw Matt on his bike. I'm like, we did it, man, we made it. The sled, it doesn't stop very well. So I come in, the first thing I did is I landed, and I was like, yeah, and I'm like going to put my arms up. I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta stop, there's a cement wall at the end. So I lock up the binders, and I'm skidding, and I'm getting close to that wall, and I'm like, I don't know, I didn't want to like run into it on the machine and go over the bar, so I was gonna try to like just walk it out from under me, but I was going too fast for that, so I slid out and slid underneath the sled, but it was fine, because I'd already made it safely, and I'm like, hey, if I punt into that wall, that's not nearly as bad as wiping out.
Oh yeah.
The scariest thing about jumping with another guy is it's out of your control what he's doing, but that's the thing, you know. I know Matto is, I mean, when it comes to distance jumping, he's the man. Like, you couldn't ask for a better guy to be jumping next to, and I had complete confidence that he was going to be able to hit the jump, land safely, and you know, it wouldn't affect me. So it was all on me, just hitting the jump and going straight. So I mean, it definitely plays a part the first few run-ins when you're like, well, there's a guy going 100 miles an hour next to me. That's a little nerve-wracking, but you know, once we took off, you just focus on what you're doing and kind of block out what he's doing and try your best not to play spectator while you're up there and be like, oh, you guys flying through the air. So,
great. Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.